Hello, welcome to this QVmail tutorial. In this video I'm going to show you how to use selections in QVmail. This way you're going to be able to send exactly that piece of information to that recipient in a very customized manner. Okay, so the file that I am going to use is this one, is wines.qvw, and this is the object that I'm going to use to create my reports. It's called tb01. So what I want to do now is I'm going to send this report to three different recipients. To one of them I want to send the whole report, so the report in its entirety, all the records. To another one, to the second one, I'm going to send only the records for which the alcohol value is smaller than 100, and for the third and last of the recipients, only the records for which the alcohol value is bigger than 100. Okay, so three reports in one shot three different reports in one shot, in one procedure, out to three different recipients. Okay, let's get things started. As you can see, I've already uploaded the file within QVmail, is already connected. I'm going to create a new procedure, so I'm going to call this sending to three recipients. So this procedure is clearly attached to this ClickView file, which is the only one in the list so far. I'm going to create a message, which is report 2013. Dear Mr. Again, I can use dynamic parameters for that, so name is very useful. Find the report attached. Okay, time to decide who my recipients are. Well, I'm going to select three of these fictitious people in my list, and I'm going to send my reports to them. So what is people? Okay, let's get started. And John Doe will do. Then Mr. Hawk. And I don't know, whatever. Okay, so these are my recipients. Now I need to create one attachment. I'm going to go for Excel again. So it's this is the name of my workbook, report 2013, and within here I'm going to create one sheet that's going to be populated with the data, with records coming from this particular object, the same one I've shown you at the beginning of the presentation, tb01. I'll give it a name, wine analysis. Okay. Well, if I leave things this way, what happens here is these three people are going to receive exactly the same information, and they are going to receive the whole report. So, if I want to perform selections, I don't want to send out the whole report. Well, I have the common selections area here, and by clicking on new, I can, this is the bookmarks area, I'm sorry. So I get down here, the common selections. And with this button I can retrieve all the ClickView fields, all the fields in the ClickView file, and decide to perform a selection. For example, only send data whenever citric acid is smaller than a particular value. Okay, so this way, again, what happened is everyone would receive the same report filtered to this particular selection. Okay, so my original idea was different, but let's keep it this way. Okay, so everyone is going to receive the same report filtered to citric acid smaller than 258. But I also wanted to achieve this. I want to send out a different report for each and every one of the recipients. So in order to do that, I need to click this, recipient selection from ClickView. I'm sorry, select attachment by recipient. I got confused here. So select attachment by recipient. When I get back to the attachments tab, a new area just popped up down here, and this is going to allow me to send to John Doe data filtered through an additional selection. For example, as I said before, alcohol. So whenever alcohol is smaller than 100, just perform this additional filtering. And for this other guy, which is whatever, do the same, but in this case just take into account alcohol whenever it is bigger than 100. Okay, So if I've done everything correctly, each and every one of the recipients in the list are going to receive a different report. For instance, they all are going to see data filtered to citric acid smaller than this, but only 2 of them are going to see the additional selection, and for which for one of them is going to be alcohol smaller than 100, and for the other one is going to be alcohol bigger than 100. Okay, let's launch the procedure in debug mode. I don't want to send out any email as these guys all have fictitious email addresses. But I want to make sure that these attachments are created for real, so I'm going to use the feature Save Attachments in Folder using demo as folder. Okay, let's run the procedure and see what happens. My XLS file are created, everything went fine and procedure with no problem, so I can close the log file and I can now browse my folder, and you see I got 3 subfolders for each and every one of the recipients. This guy has received, as you can see, all the values for alcohol. This is the alcohol field. So all the values for alcohol are smaller than 100, as resumed here, as a recap here in the selections tab. And citric acid, like for everybody else, is smaller than 258. The second recipient has received basically no limitations on alcohol because there was no selections, but he has a limitation on citric acid. It's smaller than 258, so if you check citric acid in this column, you're not going to find any value bigger than that. And last is this guy, who's received data filtered to citric acid, always smaller than 258, but alcohol bigger than 100. So you can see all the values for alcohol are bigger than 100. Okay, so this way I've created in one shot 3 different reports for 3 different people, which is I can send one different piece of information to all my recipients within the same mailing procedure. Okay, this is all for this video. Don't forget to check all the other QB Mail videos, and thank you for watching.